Welcome to the Flat Top Noob. Hey, look, so we're going to try this new thing, refurb this turd. So if you see right in front of you, we have a 22-inch Blackstone griddle. It's a tabletop, really small, and you can actually see the rust on it. Before I even started to do this, I was seeing how much I could do on certain procedures. So what the premise is to bring this thing back to life. What we're going to try to do is get all this rust off of here, clean this thing up, see if we can't get it to work. It's all rusted up in here. Try to get all this surface rust off and see if we can't just refurb this turd. So hopefully this is going to be a start of a new series that I'm going to do. But first we got to get this one going. So what I'm going to do first is try to do this with a sandblaster. I do have another alternative if this doesn't work. I had a different sandblaster, and that's where I got all this other stuff off. But I'm kind of wondering if this one's going to be a little bit better than that one. If this doesn't work, I do have a second solution. So let's see if we can get this thing to take some of this rust and stuff off.
Well, this is stupid.
Eventually I run out of gas. Look at this. This is a mess. But my GoPro died. But it cleaned it up pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go find out where the gas is, clean up some stuff, and I'll be back. I gotta figure out a different method here. All right, I had to change. That was stupid of me to try to do this stuff with my good clothes on. So I changed my glasses to my pair I don't really care too much about. I need to get gas in that, but I'm sure you can't really see because I got all the sand on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and finish this up off camera, and then we'll show you what the final result looks like, and then we'll actually start on that base. That base will be a lot easier than this. There's a lot of rust on this thing. So with that being said, let me get to it. All right, I want to start by saying this is a freaking mess. So I got most of the surface rust off of this base here. I got a few spots to go here, but for the pretty much well part, we got most of it. But I was sitting here thinking, let's see if this thing even fires up. We're doing all this work and the thing ain't firing up. So let's see if it does or not. There, that one's going. Okay, that one's sparking. Let's turn that off. Okay, this one's a little bent. There it goes. That was just bent. There you go. Now they're both going. After messing around with this thing for a while, this side over here, for some reason, it just doesn't want to ignite the propane like it should, the burners. So what we're going to actually do is on this side over here, we're going to throw in an actual push button igniter. I've actually got new igniters as well for the inside. All right, so now that I got this burner working and all that, we're actually going to start to paint this thing, get this thing cleaned up and ready for seasoning. Avocado, avocado, avocado oil. All right, so thank you guys for sticking with me for this far in the video. It is appreciated. Recap. We have cleaned up the top, sandblasted it, getting ready for seasoning. We've cleaned up the base and added a new igniter switch. So now all I have to do is season this thing up. I have my avocado oil. I have my trusty tongs, gobble, gobble, gobble. Some little towels and an attachment for my big propane tank. Those will be small tanks. I don't suggest seasoning these small grills with that because you'll just run out of propane. So I bought this little attachment that goes on to the big propane tank. It's well worth the money to have. It's like 15 bucks. So without further ado, let's get the first layer of seasoning on here, and then we'll try to do a time lapse on the rest of it. And we'll come back and we'll see how it does, and we'll do an egg test. So let's get seasoning, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do is try to fire this thing up, and we've got flames. We've got flames. Yep, we got flames. So let's turn this thing up on high. We're going to start out with a thin layer coat. And when we do this, we want to try to cover the whole surface. And then while we do it, we're going to do the sides, the outsides. You always want to throw a little bit of seasoning on the outsides too. That just keeps it from rusting in the future. Thin layer, getting away. Thin, what the seriously? All right, well, let that burn off and we'll try this again. Let it burn. I got some paper towels. We'll try that. Those other cloths, they're not supposed to burn. I use them all the time. So let it burn. We'll go into the time lapse here. Okay, so we're actually going to do the egg test. I've got the Blackstone on low. Right there, I'm at 299, almost 300. 265, 267. So I'm going to do an egg on this side, an egg on this side, It's all the way down on low, so that's where we're at. So we're gonna throw some eggs on here and see if we can get this thing to slick around like NASCAR. Okay, what I like using is a spray on butter. I just spray it on there and we crack some eggs. But we crack some eggs instead of some skulls. Let's go ahead and throw this on here like so. I know a whole lot, right? My egg's gonna go that way really fast. Then I got some shell on the griddle. Told you, going straight that way. It's all right. Oh yeah. It ain't terrible for the first time, right? Uh-oh, my yolk. I see my yolk. I mean, she's moving pretty good. All things considered, she's moving pretty good. Uh-oh, I just broke the yolk. Flat tire. Go ahead and scrape her. Nice. Nice. Looks all nice and neat. We're going to go ahead and clean this turd up. How we're going to do that, we're going to throw some water on it. Ryan, you just cleaned all that rust. That's fine. Guess what? You'll be all right. Trust me. And there won't be no water on this thing anyway. Not when it's done. Okay. Clean this all up. Nice and pretty. And then you know what we're going to do? Well, I told you guys we're supposed to do every cook, right? Put a thin layer of oil on it. Alright, now we got that one. Whoops. Now we'll grab a thin layer of oil. Earl. And gravity. Just throw a small, thin. There goes the butter. Go ahead and get the sides. You don't have to do this every time when you're first doing a brand new season. After the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 cooks, I like to get the sides and all that fun stuff off. Okay, cool. She looks pretty. She looks so pretty, I'd eat off it. Grab me a fork, everybody. Night and day. Yes, night and day. If you made it to the end, you will know that this was night and day. So I will begin before I get a lot of stuff in the comments that I did use high heat paint on this. My paint job is not the best in the world, so don't hurt me too bad there. But we did a lot of stuff to this thing. We sandblasted the top. We re-seasoned it. We did take and put an electronic start in here. This side here was causing some problems, so we just said, forget it. Let's just do an electronic start. We got a new drip pan back here. But But all in all, I think she turned out pretty good. I did put new knobs on here as well. So, yeah, I think it turned out pretty good, especially for my first one. I didn't tell anybody, but this is my first one ever. So, the sandblast thing helped. But with that being said, this is a pilot. I got a lot lined up that want me to do this. I want to kind of see where this video goes. So do me a favor and share this thing around. Let's get the views up on it because, like I said, this was a lot of work. The flat top noob showing off some lack of skills, and we will see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Bye.